Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, XB-1 demo takes first flight. Joby Aviation bolsters USAF relationship. A-10C Thunderbolt II demo team preps for final season. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. XB-1 demo takes first flight. Boom Supersonic has confirmed details surrounding the successful first test flight of XB-1, reportedly the world's first independently developed supersonic jet, at the Mojave Air Space Port in Mojave, California. XB-1 leverages state-of-the-art technologies to enable efficient supersonic flight, including carbon fiber composites, advanced avionics, digitally optimized aerodynamics, and an advanced supersonic propulsion system. It serves as a testbed for the future Overture supersonic jetliner. XB-1 was flown by Boom Chief Test Pilot Bill Doc Shoemaker and Test Pilot Tristan Geppetto Brandenburg, who flew the T-38 chase aircraft which monitored the flight. XB-1 met all of its test objectives, including safely and successfully achieving an altitude of 7,120 feet and speeds up to 273 miles per hour. The inaugural flight of the XB-1 demonstrator takes place as Overture continues to advance toward production, with a growing global network of Tier 1 suppliers and an order book including 130 orders and pre-orders from American Airlines, United Airlines, and Japan Airlines. Overture will carry 64 to 80 passengers at Mach 1.7, about twice the speed of today's subsonic airliners. Overture is designed to run on up to 100% sustainable aviation fuel. And coming up after the break, yet another laser incident.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
A special month is coming to Sun & Fun's 50th fly-in celebration. Multi-platinum singer Dylan Scott.
Out here living my best life. Yeah.
Dylan Scott with special guest Sarah Evans.
Ponytail girl grown up to be a woman, now she's gone in a blink of an eye.
Get your tickets now. Be a part of the kickoff celebration for Sun & Fun's 50th fly-in. Go to flysnf.org.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Yet another laser incident. A federal grand jury returned an indictment against Jesse Torres Alonso, age 35, of Bakersfield, charging him with aiming the beam of a laser pointer at an aircraft. According to court documents, on September 28, 2023, Torres struck a Kern County Sheriff's Office helicopter, Air 1, 12 times with a dangerously bright green laser beam. The laser strikes interfered with the pilot's ability to see and avoid other aircraft and effectively monitor the aircraft instrument panel. Law enforcement officers were able to locate and seize the laser device. EAA Aviation Museum gets a plug from travel media. To those who visit Oshkosh, the general consensus is that the trip is not complete without a jaunt to the EAA Museum, and many outside of aviation now seem to agree. The EAA Aviation Museum in Oshkosh, Wisconsin has been named one of the nation's 10 best aviation museums by Travel + Leisure in a feature published on its website March 14th. The feature, 10 Best Aviation Museums Across the U.S., highlights the choices of the Travel + Leisure staff, as well as aviation historians and experts. FAA revokes certificate of Santa Monica propeller service. Another aerobiz has been busted, this time a prop shop. The FAA issued an emergency order revoking the certificate of Santa Monica Propeller Services, Inc. of Santa Monica, California. The FAA alleges that between May and November 2021, the company approved 4 props for return to service following overhauls but failed to replace certain parts per manufacturer manual requirements. The company falsely certified it had replaced those parts and knew the certification was false. Between January and November 2021, an unqualified person approved approximately 42 propellers for return to service. Frontier MEC recognizes attentive pre-flight. Pilot leadership in the Frontier Airlines family recognized one of their own, who, quote, likely saved the life of a ramp worker during an incident at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport last October, end quote. The Frontier Master Executive Council of the Airline Pilots Association International presented its own MEC Safety Award to First Officer Joel Byler, citing his quick thinking to assist the ramper, who was injured while working around his aircraft. The incident took place while Byler was performing a walk-around inspection. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Joby Aviation bolsters Air Force relationship. Joby Aviation committed to delivering an additional 2 eVTOL aircraft to MacDill Air Force Base under the branch's continued testing of novel tech. The delivery is set to take place next year under the AFWERX Agility Prime contract. Joby originally delivered the first of its eVTOLs to Edwards AFB in 2023, and there's one more on tap for delivery there. Under the original Agility Prime contract, Joby can provide up to 9 aircraft, leaving 5 slots for future expansion. Edwards has been home to Joby's greatest military attentions, working with the 412th Test Wing on testing and experimentation. The newest order will see the next Joby eVTOLs delivered to MacDill AFB, home to U.S. Special Operations Command CENTCOM, and a handful of units from the Air Mobility Command. That's a pretty solid audience to impress for the mark. On one hand, the Secret Squirrel units are plush with funding, with the flexibility to procure what they want without much red tape. It's worth recalling that SOCOM brought back the OV-10 Bronco for a short spell, dabbling in CAS platforms from the Vietnam era with nary a complaint from anyone. And after these messages, A-10C Thunderbolt II demo team preps for final season.
Backcountry flying to us is our playground. For us, it's how we access the things we like to do. It's just our lifestyle. We exclusively use the Hartzell Voyager prop, and it's proved to be just a great combination for what we do. What it's doing, it's helping us all have better performing airplanes. Man, it feels a lot better clearing trees by 50 feet versus 20 feet. I don't ever see myself not flying.
Welcome back. A-10C Thunderbolt II demo team preps for final season. Time flies, but the A-10C is about to get its wings clipped. After more than 40 years, the Air Force A-10C demonstration team has announced that 2024 will mark its final season. The decision, made by the 355th Wing stationed at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Arizona, is part of the Air Force's plan to phase out the A-10 Thunderbolt II, known as the Warthog. The announcement states, quote, "This will be the A-10C demonstration team's last season, aligning with the Air Force's divestment of the A-10C Thunderbolt II aircraft. For over 4 decades, numerous pilots and teams have showcased the A-10's capabilities at hundreds of air shows across various countries." End quote. The 2024 season still boasts 18 scheduled shows across the U.S., running from March 23rd to October 5th. The public is encouraged to seize the opportunity to witness the A-10C demonstration team in action for one final time at the remaining shows. This isn't the first time the A-10 team has faced deactivation. Previously, there were 2 demo teams, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, both deactivated in 2011. However, the jet participated in heritage flight formations in 2012 and 2017, before returning as a single-ship demonstration in 2018. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!